Alright, what is going on, guys? Saddam here, and this is a video test on the ASUS ROG Phone 2, and this is looking pretty good, I think. I've tested out the video a little bit, and I haven't done like a full test, but now this is going to be a full test. So, now in this scenario I'm indoors, and the reason why I'm doing this, and I'm on a tripod right now, so I'm not actually holding the phone, is because I want to test this. If you're using this as your YouTube camera, like if you're doing a tech video on this, let's just say, then I want, you probably want to know, how good is the video quality, how good is the autofocusing. So we're just going to try that right now. So I have the Redmi K30 Ultra right here, and I'm going to bring it closer to the camera and see how well it autofocuses. So this is at 1080p 60 FPS, by the way. So bringing it closer to the Redmi K30 Ultra, to the ASUS ROG Phone 2. As you can see, let's turn on the screen. See, wonder if that's looking good. Did it focus back to me? I don't know. And let's try to go even closer. So maybe looking at, the whole phone itself, right? And then if we move back farther away, is it still keeping focus? Is there a good amount of background blur? Because that's pretty important. And in terms of the lighting situation, we've got a little bit of lighting going on at the top right here. There's like a little chandelier or whatever that has a little bit of lighting, but there's no other lights to be seen. So obviously there is the outdoor lighting that is kind of shining through, but besides that, it's pretty indoors, and this is a good example if you're shooting indoors and you don't have that much studio lighting. This is how it's going to look like, and yeah, let's see how good this is. Yeah. Alright guys, now we're outside. I'm kind of close to the pool. Hopefully I don't fall in. But this is kind of how it is outdoors. It's about 3:30 p.m. So perfect time for, testing out the outdoor lighting situation, especially with the sun in the back, testing how the dynamic range is, especially with shooting outdoor, outside. The three main things that are probably the most important are dynamic range, autofocus, and what else? Quality. Yeah, quality. So yeah, so let's bring this Redmi K30 Ultra closer to the camera, and also the outdoor sounds. Actually, that was probably the third thing. But yeah, so bringing it closer to the camera. How about let's go super close? See how good it is at capturing this, and then bring it back to me. And usually for if the dynamic range doesn't always have to be perfect. You need to make sure that it's always good enough, right? It usually shouldn't really fully blow out the sky, though. Sometimes if you want, maybe you might want a kind of blown out look, so it's more maybe focused to you or something like that. I'm not sure. There's a lot of things that you can do when recording outside, and you actually have a lot more light to deal with, so now you can probably shoot higher quality video that looks a lot better. I usually actually like shooting outside just because it's a lot nicer, and also, yeah, better quality. So yeah, once again, focusing on this Redmi K30 Ultra, maybe bringing the USB-C port right there. Yeah, so yeah, let's see how good that was. Alright guys, so now this is going to be a vlog test in basically 3:30 p.m. lighting conditions, and my impressions does look pretty good. However, I don't think it gives enough light to the subject, which is me, and then to the background there's a decent amount of light, and the dynamic range is pretty good compared to most of the competition. Now this is obviously a gaming phone, but I would say that even when buying a gaming phone, I would say still a kind of important thing is the camera, because usually a lot of gamers are also YouTubers, and maybe they could use this as their webcam or something like that for their YouTube gaming videos. So yeah, that's one thing to kind of keep in mind if you're buying a gaming phone, and this phone in particular. So yeah, overall, it's pretty good. And what I really like is that there's 1080p 60 FPS. which isn't usually found in gaming phones, and not even found in the OnePlus 7 Pro, the Redmi K30 Ultra. So pretty impressive. Now what we're gonna do is something a little bit interesting that I've seen a couple of other YouTubers do with their phones. Is basically use the ultra wide camera, on the backside, and then just film without seeing what they, look like. So yeah, let's try that out. All right, guys. So this is 1080p 60 FPS. Seeing how good this is, I'm not really sure because I can't see the screen, but this is the wide angle camera, so it's pretty important, if you want like really good, ultra wide kind of video, then maybe this is gonna be a good phone for it. I don't know, we'll see. Let's go into a high dynamic range area, same as before. See how good it is. And maybe coming a little bit closer to my face, maybe, I don't know usually how YouTubers do this, but I don't know, we'll see. So yeah. Alright guys, now we're doing the same kind of thing but with the main camera, so let's see how good that is. It should be a lot better than the ultra wide camera, I'm assuming. Going to a high dynamic range area as before, see how good that is. And I'm hoping that there's a good amount of background blur, between me and the background. But you know what? We'll see. Bring it maybe a little bit farther, and going into a tougher situation, So yeah, tell me if this is good. Alright guys, now one last test that I want to do is using just the main camera and seeing how the focusing is, just, me holding like this without the subject, me, in the background, just the phone. So, looking really solid here. Back. Maybe getting close up. Looking good. Yeah. Here we go. Maybe turn the brightness the brightness is all the way up. Yeah, looking really solid. Look at that. That is really fast autofocus. This is crazy. Look at this. Compared to the Redmi K30 Ultra, it's not even close. Just crazy. And if you go, no, it's the focusing is solid. The detail, it's good. So yeah, I'm impressed. Alright guys, so hopefully you enjoyed that kind of YouTube test. Tell me what you guys think about the results of this ASUS ROG Phone 2. I'm hoping to do this kind of testing with more phones, because this is actually a really cool test. You get to test out, if this is good enough for YouTube quality. And I think a lot of other YouTubers should, try this out as well. I want to see maybe, some YouTubers with the OnePlus 9 Pro, how good that would be with just doing the same kind of things as I'm doing. Maybe with the Mi 11 Ultra, I would really be curious with those kinds of phones, because this is a good phone, right? And it has an okay camera, but I want to see what the capability is with even more expensive phones and much higher end cameras, because this is just the typical IMX586, right? Now, in my opinion, from the footage that I've seen, and I haven't looked at it that much, and I'm not going to give too much of my thoughts of it, because I think that you guys should decide if it's good or not. But in my opinion, I think that, compared to the OnePlus 7 Pro, I think that it's pretty close, but I think that the ASUS ROG Phone 2 wins. So, yeah, that's just my opinion, especially with this 1080p 60 FPS video recording on the front-facing camera. There's a good amount of background blur, as you can see. And even though it doesn't brighten up the subject too much, I think over-brightening the subject would be a bad idea as well. So I think ASUS made the right call here. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys later.